We got a letter, I believe, from a KiddNation member, and it has to do with some family drama because of something they saw on TV. Is that right? Anna, you have the letter. Do you want to read it real quick?
I would love to. It says,
You have a song?
letters.
Letters to JC. Family matters.
Family letters. Family letters to
JC. There we go.
There we go.
He's a family expert. He'll fix your family or he's gonna quit his job.
Thanks, Trey.
Gonna quit his job. Gonna quit.
All right. Dear JC, you are the family drama expert.
I think.
You mentioned how Iyanla wants to do a follow-up, and it motivated me to find your episode and watch.
Okay.
I just sobbed through the whole thing because I feel like my family could end up broken because of a lie. I had a precious, perfect baby 4 months ago, and his father wanted nothing to do with me as soon as we found out that I was expecting, which I'm okay with because I met an incredible man who not only accepts me, but has stepped into the role of daddy immediately and without question before I even delivered my son. We are now engaged with plans to get married as soon as COVID allows it. We are raising our son with no desire to have any connection to his father, and both of our families are all on board and with our created reality of my fiance being his father. So I guess my question is, when is the right time to tell my son that he has a bio dad? Or how do I even start that conversation? I also feel torn because I don't want to cause any pain to my fiance or his family who love this baby as blood. Bio dad does know that I kept the pregnancy, and I'm assuming he can do math and knows that I delivered, but he has not reached out or attempted to connect with the son at all. We live about an hour away from bio dad, and I don't know if I'll ever see him again. Once again, I'm so okay with that because I could not be happier with my family as it looks today. JC, can you help me fix my family before too much damage is caused? And that's from Watts.
So this is a question I get a lot. It is, especially after I went through it and I went on that show. I got hundreds a day.
Because you went through this.
Because I went through it, and it actually made me feel better. So feel better knowing that you're not alone in this, number one. Number two, every time I answer this question for someone, I tell them there's not a right answer because every person is different. I can tell you how I felt and my experiences and what I wish I would have had done for me. And that's how I can answer this question.
For those that don't know, explain what happened in your situation.
So when I was about 22 years old, my mom told me on my sister's birthday, when I went up there to say happy birthday to her, she informed me that the dad I grew up with, my father, or who I thought was my father, was not my biological dad. And I felt the deepest cut and the biggest backstab ever. Because at that moment, I felt, and I talked about that on that show, I felt like my entire life was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I already didn't trust adults because of things I had gone through as a kid. And so the only people I did trust were my family members. And when I found out that every single family member, uncles, aunts, grandparents, my mom, all lied to me.
How they could all keep that secret for so many years is really incredible.
Right? But here's the thing about secrets, and we talk about this in Love Letters to Kelly. Everything eventually comes out. So you could either not say anything, act like nothing happened. This kid is going to be loved by you and your husband or your future husband, and this man is going to treat your son like a son, and he's going to have a good life. But you run the risk of one day the bio dad wanting to pop in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, I don't know how old you guys are, but maybe he's young and he's just stupid right now. And he might grow up and he might have an epiphany and want to be in your son's life.
Right.
And
He might need a kidney.
Or he might need a kidney. Something.
You never know.
Yeah.
Something
You
could
never know.
happen to where
Might be
this
something
dude,
selfish. Like I need to do. Well,
Yeah.
look at that kid I never acknowledged.
your son becomes famous. Oh, wait a minute, that's my son. Let me pop right back into
See that?
Your life is going to be shattered at that point because your son is going to be upset. What I wish would have happened with me is I wish I would have been told from the beginning, since I was a kid. They don't get it as a kid, but you teach kids love, right? You teach kids how to behave. They learn from you as a parent so you can normalize things. And now you can normalize bad things. You can normalize good things, and you can also normalize things that you cannot control. This is something you cannot control.
This is just what it is.
This is just what it is, but you can normalize it and say, okay, this is your daddy. This is your daddy. But sprinkle in there that you do have a father out there. Just want to let you know. Don't talk crap about him. Don't say anything bad about him. Don't just let him know growing up, there is a father out there.
And he's just got other things he's doing.
Yeah.
He's not in our lives right now.
Right now.
There you go.
We wish he was.
Yeah.
But we both love you.
Yes. You just have to let your kid know everything's going to be okay. You're always going to be taken care of. You do have a dad, so it's not like you're growing up without a dad. That's the bonus right there. At least you have that family. I don't think your future husband will be upset because he's going to love that baby regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So will his
he's already
family.
shown that he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
100%.
And he already knows the situation anyway.
Yeah.
He knows I didn't.
Now here's another thing, because you will, if you do go with this route and you do tell him early, here's another thing that will happen. Eventually your son will get older and he'll start wondering, like I did, and he'll want to reach out and he'll try to look for this father. He will. We all do. Because we want to tell them off or we want to show them how well we're doing.
Right.
He will. It's just going to happen.
It will.
Your job as a mother is to support him, because there's a good chance that he's still going to be a huge jerk and not want anything to do with him. And when that time happens and he comes back crying, hug him and tell him you got me and you got your dad.
There you go.
And it's going to happen. But just stay in your lane when it comes to that relationship, because it will come. I hope that helps you. That's how I want it done. Again, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to this. You are his mom. You are the person that is going to have to make the choices. And whatever you make is going to be right, because there's going to be pros and cons to both of them.